It's called Villa Shekterezada. This villa was built beginning of 20th century. 7 people, so 7 people, they must be of course relatives or friends. 7 people for 10. And on the right side now Cavtat, so the place where we are going. It's a small cute medieval town, you will like it, and thanks God that the weather is like this. Let's just hope that stays all day long. It's called Villa Shekterezada. This villa was built beginning of 20th century. 7 people, so 7 people, they must be of course relatives or friends. 7 people for 10. And on the right side now Cavtat, so the place where we are going. It's a small cute medieval town, you will like it, and thanks God that the weather is like this. Let's just hope that stays all day long.
We are in Dubrovnik. We're in the old town of Dubrovnik. Just as we came into this part of the old town, we saw some buildings that are still damaged from the last war in the 1990s. A lot of the houses coming up here we saw have been rebuilt because of the war, as they were pillaged, plundered, and the houses burnt down. So a lot of the houses now are new, built in say 1998. Joe's still coughing. He's coughing all over the world. Cough, cough, cough.
There's a millionaire boat, Sonny.
Yeah, millionaire's alright. Yep. Look at those old buildings up there.
Yeah, the same boat.
Do you mind holding my bag?
What do you want, sweetheart?
What do you want to hold?
Yes.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. Look at these yachts. Yeah. Back soon, okay. Valletta.
That's registration, honey. There's a lot of boats registered.
So this is Krotna or something like that. The old town. Yeah? This is incredible. It's a lot of money in this place. Yeah. Someone's got a lot of money.
Look at this one.
Georgetown.
Absolutely magnificent.
He's got his own, what's that, antenna thing up there, and sumptuous. Another one. It's a massive Galileo. Lucky me. Georgetown.
Not the spring, the other one, third one. Yeah.
Oh, look at the water. It's just, look, Joe, clean the water is. It's so clean, you can see the bottom. Another one. Yeah.
Big. I must have quite a few houses.
Mm. Just going back down towards the main part of the old town, back towards the monastery. This was built in 1550. Choose for tourist shops, but look at it.
Should have kept one hat.
Have a look at this building, it's so old. This has been here for a long time. It's different kind of tile things in the roof. Yeah. See, this is okay. Dr. Frangi. She told us about this guy. He was the president 1991 to 1999. There's Joe going into the monastery. You have a look at the top part of the door. There's a little monk there, or a pope with his staff. With statue carved into part of the door. And then there's the bell tower with the clock. These are very old buildings, dating back to the 15th century. Worship song. Yeah, those removable ones. Oh, I didn't see that. See the confessional? It's a very old style confessional. Never seen one quite like that. Do I dare open the curtain? What's behind the curtain? Holes. Cushion. Okay. Just outside the church that I've just finished videoing. What a great view. You can still hear the beautiful worship music out here. Listen to that, I love that song. Lots of tourists. Lots of money here, all these yachts.
Okay. There is a bus behind us. My group, please.
Oh, I know. I've got to stop videoing now, but you can smell the wood fire of the special Croatian lunch we're going to be having. Oh, hang on, I think I'll be alright. This is all the handy.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a local embroidery work. This is a local souvenir, typical from Dubrovnik. This is what I was telling you about on the bus.
I've seen that kind of work before. Okay, we are, Joe and I, with the group, having lunch at a Croatian restaurant that's been here for 400 years, owned by the same owners, owner family. And we are having a real Croatian lunch, all homemade. So we are up in the hills somewhere, Dubrovnik.
You want fish, don't you?
Fish or the meat, actually. I'm not fast. I'm not fast.
I can get a picture of that meal outside with all that box on it.
I am going in a minute. It's so bossy.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Alright, box it up, I'll take it home.
Look at that, it's so big. It's huge, Lara. Go to the right, all it down. Look at that. I'm getting wet. It's Nano. We're all going back to our bus now. There's a lot of buses here because we're not the only tour group. There's a lot of other ones that are here today. From all over the world, Americans, Australians.
The war in Bosnia and Herzegovina even is complicated to us because in this to understand, for example, because in this country there are three different nations who once lived, and now they try to do that even after the war. So there are Muslims, there are Croats, and there are Serbs. So three nations. Most of them are Muslims in Bosnia and Herzegovina, more than 40%. So how come these Muslims in Bosnia? Because in 15th century that country was conquered by Turks, by Ottomans. When they came, they forced the local inhabitants to accept new religion, which came with these Turks, and that was Islam. Before that, everybody was Christian in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So that's how those people, they were desperate. They had to accept this new religion, and that's why since the beginning of 15th century we have these Muslims living in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So they have been native for last 500 years. They have been there. So most of them Muslims, small percentage Serbs, and small percentage of Croats. When the war started in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbs were the main enemy, so Croats were fighting together with Muslims against Serbs. But very soon everybody turned against everybody, and becomes what we call a three-way war. So Serbs against Croats, Croats against Muslims against Serbs. So even, as I mentioned, confusing for us here in Croatia to really understand what happened in some parts of that country. However, to bring the peace to that country in 95, three members of these three sides, they had to sign a special agreement in the United States in the city called Dayton. So it's called Dayton's agreement. With that agreement, 51% of the territory belongs to so-called Croatian Muslim Federation, and 49% belongs to Serbs in Bosnia and Herzegovina. So there are two entities in that country, but they have that pretty much I've explained you everything about this war. The most important is to know that this war was for the territory, and not because we are Catholics and they are Orthodox, or there are some Muslims living in Bosnia and Herzegovina, but it was for territory. But please, I'm here if you would like to ask me something about this. Listen, when we get to the main square, I will show you, I will point out a so-called memorial room during your free time, if you would like to go there to see how Dubrovnik looked during the last war, the old town of Dubrovnik. You can go there, there are photos, unfortunately, and also in that room you will find photos of all young Croatian men who died defending Dubrovnik. So to see that room you don't pay anything. It's a free of charge. It's situated in the old town on the main square. As you can see, we are approaching to the old town. We still have let me just, probably it's there is a traffic. Yeah, it seems so. We are not far away, maybe a couple of minutes, but now maybe will take longer for us. Please, we get off now at the square. You will see it, Pile Square, and we are going to use these devices for the tour.
We are in the moat.
Well, that's what it should be. You can't have a full foot on the moat.
No.
You've got to
So,
divide the main area. When you go to the
yeah. So this is the fort, Joe.
We went through the gate already. I don't know where we're going. That's why we're going to keep an eye.
Our tour guide is worried about pickpockets.
He's worried about it.
In the gate, of the pillar gate.
No, there's a lot of people visiting this place, alright?
Alright. This is the oldest pharmacy in Europe. This is the oldest pharmacy in Europe. Yeah.
has today. Now we are in the Franciscan monastery, so the beginning of the main street. Meeting point is nearby in this fountain. After this monastery, we take a walk along the main street to reach the main square. After that, the rector's palace, cathedral, and that's it. So on the other side, Dominican monastery, friars are here, Dominicans are here, and this is the old port where our ships were built during the time of the Roman Republic. So this port already existed in the 9th century AD, but reached the highest prosperity in 15th century. These are four keys or lazaretti, so palaces buildings situated at the sea. If you go to the old port, you will be able to see them. So this was a place for foreigners. Everybody once had to stay there for 40 days. Why 40 days? Because of different diseases. When it sounded there, and in fact, it sounded people after the whole town was here with
So that's a tomb up there, medieval.
People were read in cloisters and churches, and later that was abolished by the French, by the Orient. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't tell you about the Dalmatian dogs, but I was mentioning Dalmatia. Dalmatia is a part of Croatian coast, and everybody in the group is familiar with Dalmatian dogs. So it said that these dogs originated from this part of the world, so therefore they were named Dalmatian dogs. We have one of these capitals here.
Hey, Stephen, Maddie, Candice, Lara, we all got wet. It's pouring.
Oh, that was good. You buy those?
Yeah.
When we're done, I'll find. That's good. What are you going to do? They found notes right across the street.
Where are we going, Joe?
I have no idea.
I think we're going into this cathedral.
Even the pigeons are hiding.
Thunderstorm. This is a prison cell. Whoa. I'm having a look. I'm here by myself. This is a prison cell. Oh, I can still hear her. They don't know where I am. I'm in here looking at this prison cell all by myself. Look at that, it's horrible. Hard to get in, hard to get out. I'm out.
We are the first group so far to see, because this Polish group already has been inside, and my colleagues they are coming now behind us. So let's get it.
Come on. No pictures in the treasury.
Here. Oh, no pictures.